But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Jameis going to look to throw right away.
And his first pass is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jameis to throw it. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
3rd and short yardage. Winston.
Completed to Hyatt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They go play action. Winston on the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game.
Did.
Right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 23. First carry for James Conner. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Pickett.
Complete. It's Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Looking to throw. Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. The Steelers at 2-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Conner up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. You talk about this Giant defense.
Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Here's Pickett on 2nd down.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
It's Deonte Banks with it.
And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Following the interception, Winston. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Winston.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seen the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeaux
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll look to throw here.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talking about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Now Winston. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now Pickett. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison.
And some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeaux. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Pickett. Got his man, it's Warren.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Forced out to his left. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 38-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Harrison. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Winston steps away to his left.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try to pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. They haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth. Winston. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again with Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
This offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer. Field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Back to throw.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fights loose. It'll be a 45-yard punt and couple that with a loss on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Right back to him on 1st down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
On play action, Winston.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
They need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Jameis to throw it. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
1st down, Winston. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
2nd down, Winston. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
Ready.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jalen Hyatt, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-3.
Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up first and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
48-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
19 Lions. Track at 60. Let's go.
Back to throw. Pickett. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And this one is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Pickett now from the gun here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ready.
Hodgins in motion.
Following the interception, Winston.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Winston's a throw completed to Hyatt. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Play fake. Winston.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they in nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. They came through with a big-time pick six.
They're all level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston.
Well, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. Attitude that has to be adopted.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive...
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. It's Deonte Banks with it.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw brought in by Bellinger.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw, Winston.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this would be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to
to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gano's kick is good, and that's going to tie us at 13.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second and 9 now from the 21. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Pickett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Harrison can give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now Winston.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, Winston.
He'll find Hodgins there complete.
And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Winston to throw for it on 4th.
And that one complete to Hodgins.
But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They begin on the ground here with Conner. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Pickett's for the throw here, caught by Allison.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here we go, here we go.
Pickett sets up play action. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Flip, flip, flip. Sonny.
Off the play fake, Winston. Got a throw right sideline is complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big pickup of 38.
Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Wait. Stop.
Throwing, Winston. Touchdown, Giants! Darren Waller from 3 yards out. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And my goodness, another interception.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
On play action, Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, that we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd down and 6 now. Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Stiff-armed him. 3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harrison.
And he edges forward, but only gets gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Jameis to throw it.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that would go far incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Winston from the gun on third down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Gano's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. To the air on first down with Pickett.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Warren. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Let's go.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
16 by 6. 16 by 6.
Here's Pickett.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
1st and 10. Here's Pickett. Complete to Addison on the out route.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
17,
Now Pickett.
And the the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
And award that sack to Boogie Basham. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 5 on the pitch. 5 on the pitch. Let's go.
Up the middle they go. Harrison takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
74 yards rushing for him now to this point. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down now. It's Harrison, and he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Jameis now on 1st down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, Winston.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the...
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. A great play there.
His 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Giants 30, Steelers 13. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Looking to throw, Pickett. That's caught downfield by Addison.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
A gain of 47 on the play. That's good for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go. Here we go.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
And the catch made by Johnson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Completes this to Addison out left.
Touchdown!
Jordan Addison,
A 20-yard touchdown.
and the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be cut. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Ready?
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Here's Winston. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pickett. That's to Freiermuth.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw here. Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3. Now Pickett.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. That's caught by Addison. And he is going to have the Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they get 5 there on 4th and 3. Pickett to throw.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Pickett.
Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Jets, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.